Trying to work between a couple of defenders and does. Comes out in front of the crease, tries a diving shot. Knocked right in front of the Posse goal, scooped up by Parkland, and they'll take it back the other way in transition here. McEwen plays it to the front of the net. There's a shot and a goal. Mitchell McEwen finds Nate LaCusta heading to the front of the net. He bounces one past Gabe Gosselin. By Ness missed. And now all the way down the floor is Francis Perrant out of the box. Dekes and scores. And it gives us a 1-1 score here. Just over 8 minutes gone. Another shot and a goal. Here with 10 seconds left to go and 4-on-4. Here is Brest, who is serving the extra 2, and so this technically now a Posse power play. And now a shot and a goal from Francis Perrant. And it's taken on the rebound. Back the other way by Belrose. Lofts this one up here for Pernille. Tries a shot over the top, and that one missed as it comes back up here near mid-floor. Breakaway upcoming for the Wolfpack, and a shot. Great save made by Gavin Ferguson. Now out of the box here is Perkins, a shot, and he scores. Kale Perkins. Hansen momentarily, but it looks like the Posse have lost him here for the rest of the game. Shot from the outside and a goal. Was here Jaber. It's Jaber getting knocked down as the ball is underneath him, loose. Jaber tries to trap it alongside corner. Swings it up top, a quick shot and a goal. Pierre Perrant down on him, and the Posse defender able to take it up the floor, and he's got some daylight. Alex Ferguson Crane tries a shot, and that one stopped by Gosselin. The rebound in front to Cole McCotter. There's a shot, it missed the net. Comes on the rebound to LaCusta, who tries a shot. That one just squeaked wide between the legs of Gosselin. Nate LaCusta that close. Goaltender who gloves it into Perkins. And now that's Dakota Pellern getting checked in front of his own net. Back behind that net is Gosselin. Running into a couple of Posse attackmen. Gosselin trying to go for a run here. Up the wall. Gets there, but now trying to get it back into his net. He can't. The Posse score. Logan Fiedler, in his first game back from injury, catches Gabe Gosselin trying to go for a run. He lost it on the sidewall. The Posse recovered a loose ball and had an empty net to fire at before Gosselin could get back into it. Will this be a momentum changer for Parkland, who scores the first goal of the period? They've had some big stops on defense, and now their lead is cut to just 4. As the Posse intercept another pass, take it back up the floor. Into Deschênes, he fires a shot and scores! Great move by Connor Deschênes, nice pass from Seth Belrose. And the Posse have now scored 2 in a row. Coming in with a head of steam and a quick shot up high is McEwen. Rebound in front, they score! Deschênes with his second of the afternoon. And the Wainwright lead is back to 2. Mitchell McConnects there with Trey Ford. Ford to the outside, tries a shot, and a huge save made by Gavin Ferguson in the Parkland. So there you go. Deschênes from McEwen, the scoring play there, and a shot and a goal. Sebastian Simonson with his first on the day. A power play goal for the Posse, who have cut the deficit all the way back to 1. Has it, fakes the pass, gains himself some space, now moves it to LaCusta. In front, a shot, a score! Darren Callahan with the quick stick in front, and the Posse have tied it up at 8 with 6.5 to play. 40 left in the power play. Francis Perrant has a lot of room to wind and fire. Great stick save made by Gavin Ferguson. Rael, pass off. Now a shot coming from the far side there. That one was from Ford. And a great save again by Ferguson as the floor. Russian transition here and a quick shot by Mitchell McEwen, whose jersey was grabbed at the end of that. Tries a pass to the net. The shot does not come. And the Parkland Posse down by 5 goals heading into the third period, stun the Wainwright Wolfpack here at home, and come back to complete a 9-8 win.
Join here with the player of the game for the Parkland Posse, number 20, Nate LaCusta. 3 goals, 1 assist for yourself this afternoon. Walk us through some of those plays.
Well, the first one, I think I was coming off the bench for a fast break, and I think McEwen passed it to me and just started backdoor, kind of tapping goal there. The second one, I don't even think it was mine, but the refs gave it to me. I think it rolled in. But the third one was just saw it on the 24 there, grabbed the ball and ripped her in the back of the net.
You guys score 7 goals in the third period. Where was the turning point in that period to get you guys going?
Well, we came into the dressing room after the second period pretty pissed off. We couldn't score for 40 minutes. Couldn't find a way to score on that goalie. We came out there with a little bit of something in the water, and we blasted 7 in the net.
Tomorrow, the Vermilion Roar here at the Grant Fuhr. What's the mindset going into that one?
We've got to rest lots, drink lots of water. Come in tomorrow with try to get a better start than we did today, and go out there and get some good offense, get some good defense.
Close my eyes. flipping lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear. Cause Ryu was ill. Who would have thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse. This dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a the type women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, his is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He don't think it's a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike, nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note and he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches a key or speaks in a rhyme. And those other fellas he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous without even trying. How do they do it? This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor, M. Shinoda, Styles of Beyond, Ryu, Top Beer, Machine Shop.
Ball in the corner. Trying to work between a couple of defenders and does. Comes out in front of the crease, tries a diving shot. Knocked right in front of the Posse goal. Scooped up by Parkland, and they'll take it back the other way in transition here. McEwen plays it to the front of the net. There's a shot and a goal. Mitchell McEwen finds Nate LaCusta heading to the front of the net. He bounces one past Gabe Gosselin. By Ness missed. And now all the way down the floor is Francis Perrant out of the box. Deeks and scores. And it gives us a 1-1 score here. Just over 8 minutes gone. Another shot and a goal. Here with 10 seconds left to go and 4-on-4. Here is Brest, who is serving the extra 2. And so this technically now a Posse power play. And now a shot and a goal from Francis Perrant. And it's taken on the rebound. Back the other way by Belrose. Lost this one up here for Pernille. Tries a shot over the top. And that one missed as it comes back up here near mid-floor. Breakaway upcoming for the Wolfpack and a shot. Great save made by Gavin Ferguson. Now out of the box here is Perkins, a shot, and he scores. Kale Perkins. Hansen momentarily, but it looks like the Posse have lost him here for the rest of the game. Shot from the outside and a goal. Wazir Jaber. It's Jaber getting knocked down as the ball is underneath him loose. Jaber tries to trap it alongside corner. Swings it up top, a quick shot and a goal. Pierre Perron down on him, and the Posse defender able to take it up the floor, and he's got some daylight. Alex Ferguson Crane tries a shot, and that one stopped by Gosselin. The rebound in front to Cole McCotter. There's a shot, it missed the net. Comes on the rebound to Lacusta, who tries a shot. That one just squeaked wide between the legs of Gosselin. Nate Lacusta, that close goaltender, who gloves it into Perkins. And now that's Dakota Pellern getting checked in front of his own net. Back behind that is Gosselin. Running into a couple of Posse attackmen. Gosselin trying to go for a run here up the wall. Gets there, but now trying to get it back into his net. He can't. The Posse score. Logan Fiedler, in his first game back from injury, catches Gabe Gosselin trying to go for a run. He lost it on the sidewall. The Posse recovered a loose ball and had an empty net to fire at before Gosselin could get back into it. Will this be a momentum changer for Parkland, who scores the first goal of the period? They've had some big stops on defense, and now their lead is cut to just 4. As the Posse intercept another pass, take it back up the floor. Into Deschênes, he fires a shot and scores! Great move by Connor Deschênes, nice pass from Seth Belrose. And the Posse have now scored 2 in a row. Coming in with a head of steam and a quick shot up high is McEwen. Rebound in front, they score! Deschênes with his second of the afternoon. And the Wainwright. Good afternoon, welcome inside Grant Fuhr Arena for today's Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League action between the Parkland Posse and the visiting Vermilion Roar. I'm Evan Cook alongside Brandon Iwan-Cheshin as the Posse are coming into today after an incredible come-from-behind win, 9-8 over Wainwright yesterday afternoon. Let's start there. Is there a better way to carry momentum from one day to another than scoring 7 third-period goals for a comeback win?
I don't think so. It was an amazing game yesterday, and you know the Posse will want to carry a little bit of that swagger from the result from yesterday into today. As a visiting team, you always want to make your opponent uncomfortable as quickly as possible, but that will be even more important for the Roar here today.
Well, Parkland's offense has been trying to establish itself and establish consistency lately, especially with the loss of leading scorer Ethan Sim. With him out of the lineup again today, who needs to continue to step up in his absence?
Well, you look at yesterday, Nate Lacusta and Seth Belrose are veterans who had big 4-point performances at yesterday's game and have been key players when it comes to driving this bus forward. Spreading the ball around is also a key for the Posse, who got a couple big goals from 16-year-old in Connor Deschênes yesterday. Meanwhile, Colby Brass had a quieter Saturday. He could be quite dangerous here this afternoon.
That's the first meeting of the season between these two teams as the Roar look to avoid falling to a .500 record. Who are some of the shooters that'll keep the Posse defense busy today?
First off, it's veteran Jared Eben. He's gone off for 22 goals and 47 points in just 11 games so far this season. He also has a pretty good supporting cast featuring 2 16-year-old rookies in Jared Fisher and Chase Bowman, who 29 and 21 points respectively. Those two guys have also hit double digits in goals and assists.
Well, injuries will keep Sim as well as Aiden Hughes out of the game again today. Will Stewart is missing his second straight as well. Defenseman Julian Johansson is also out. Matthias McEwen draws back in on the defensive side. Big question mark today is goaltender Andrew Ryerson. He'll be a game-time decision after he was replaced by Gavin Ferguson yesterday due to illness. Stay tuned. Opening face-off coming up at 2 o'clock. Starts with it up top. Tries a bounce shot, and he scores. Tim coming in 1-on-2. Bowls over defender. His man back to the ball. Pernille works his way in front. Pernille scores!
is your end, now let it begin now. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me. Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? Wake up the beast, no I can't keep silent. I put my time in, now it's my time, your time is expiring. Blood, sweat and tears, I conquer my fears, I'm ready to fly now. We know they scared of us, no they don't care for us. They wasn't there for us, up in them trenches, hopping them fences, making the plays while they riding the benches, yeah. Got cool intentions, yeah. I see my goal and get colder to sand, but when counting our sins, I don't have no friends. I came here to win, my start is your end, now let it begin now. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Get loud for me. Hands in the crowd, we tearing it down. Get loud for me. Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? Wake up the beast, no.
Good afternoon, lacrosse fans. Welcome to the Grant Fuhr Arena, home of your Parkland Posse. Here are this afternoon scratches for the Parkland Posse. Number 9, Aiden Hughes. Number 11, Will Stewart. Number 21, Julian Johansson. Captain, number 22, Ethan Sim. And goaltender, number 31, Dorian Kirka. For the Vermilion Roar, number 1, River Walkeruk. Number 8, Mark Langowin. Number 68, Pierce Joe. Number 69, Cody Wyatt. And number 6, Cameron Webb. It's time to meet the starting lineup for your Parkland Posse. Brought to you by 88.1 The One and the Spruce Grove Saints. On defense, your assistant captain, number 6, Josh Crawford. Also on defense, number 23, Tyson Deschamps. At transition, number 7, Tyler Pernille. Also at transition, your assistant captain, number 19, Tyrese Ness. At attack, your acting captain for today, number 16, Seth Belrose. And in between the pipes this afternoon, number 1, Andrew Ryerson. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps and join Miss Taylor Sim in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, our true north strong and free, from far
Good afternoon and welcome inside Grant Fuhr Arena. We've got lacrosse action for you on a Sunday afternoon featuring the hometown Parkland Posse taking on the visitors from Vermilion today, the Vermilion Roar. The Roar come into this game with a record of 6-5 on the season. Playing here in game number 12, the Posse with a record of 7-3, playing game number 11. Now, both these teams were in action yesterday afternoon as well. The Posse right here at home, where they beat the Wainwright Wolfpack by a score of 9-8, a crazy comeback win for them. They were down 7-2 heading into the third period. For the Roar, they were at home as well, taking on the Edmonton Warriors for the first time this season in a game between those two teams. The Roar also picked up a win, 7-4 over the Warriors, as these two teams coming in off of wins yesterday. For the Posse, starting in goal for them this afternoon is big number 1, Andrew Ryerson. He missed yesterday's game after falling ill earlier this week, but he is back in action for the blue and green here today. On the other end of things for the Roar, Matthew Murphy gets the start for them. The 20-year-old has started the majority of the games here for the Roar this season. A full bench of Posse players banging their sticks along the boards. Not a full bench for the Roar. See just 4 players currently on the bench for them, so they'll be dealing with a bit of a short bench here today, but nonetheless, balls down and battle for possession underway. It's going to be won by the Posse here. That's Tyson Deschen, defender, trying to swat the ball away, but it comes to the Roar, who will gain first possession here. That's Chase Bowman swinging it over the far side. Carter Yusenek had it go over his head, but it'll be picked up again, this time by Hayden Proch. And it'll take it up for Vermilion. Tries a bounce shot. That one hit the front of the crease, bounced up over top the net and out the other side. And so turnover right away here. Posse heading up the floor on offense. Rivers Scott starting out with it for the Posse. Cuts to the middle with speed. Now tries to find a man going to the net, but will throw it back instead. This one to Nate Lacusta. Lacusta coming off a hat trick performance yesterday, throws a shot in as the clock was expiring, but it's Connor Deschen rather, on the rebound, extending this possession for Parkland. Up top here is Kobe Brest. Faked a couple passes, now cuts wide. Fakes another one, sends it back out front. A shot from Lacusta. That one into the midsection there of Murphy. He makes the saves and drops it off behind the net for Bowman here. Hayden Proch with it again, leading the transition. Try to bounce pass back to Jared Aben that time. It'll bounce past him all the way down the floor. Tyler Pernille trying to dig for a loose ball in front of the net, and he does come away with it. Possession right here to the Posse. Pernille with a dish there, back to McCotter. Works his way behind the net, try to pass in front. That was off the stick of a defender. Comes to Seth Belrose along the wall. Belrose shovels a backhand pass. Up there for Lacusta. Double team to the middle of the floor. Bounces one over to Tyrese Ness. Pass across here to McCotter. Tries a sharp angle shot. That one deflected off the end boards and into the back of the net. And so ball turned over here to the Roar. We'll try and head back up on offense. Approaching 3 minutes gone here in the first period. Scoreless between the Posse and the Roar early on here this afternoon. Chris Moman off a deflected pass. Deep in his own end behind the net. Tries a pass that will send the Posse back the other way. Josh Crawford is going to drop it off and head off now. Breast with it up top. Now cuts to the net. There's a lane, tries a shot just high over top. It hits his stick on the rebound. And as Chase Bowman was knocked down in front of his own crease, there's a possession change anyway, and it'll be Vermilion ball here. Ball starts deep in the corner of the Posse end. Work back up top here is Bowman. Looks for a lane, tries a shot, hit a sea of defenders in front, gets the ball back, and an underhand shot whisks wide of the net. Battle for a loose ball out near center, taken by the Posse, back the other way. Here's McEwen with a shot off the crossbar. Mitchell McEwen that close to the game's first goal here today with an overhand fake. Tried a shot right after, off the crossbar play. Posse stay on offense as a result. Bit of a backhander there from Belrose as he was turning his stick midway between changing hands there from the left side to the right side. Tried a bit of a sidearm shot. Murphy up to the task on that one. Roar come away with it now. Here's McCall getting pressure on the far side. Mateus McEwen in there for the Posse defender who was missing from yesterday's game. Parkland happy to get him back here today. As a loose ball scooped up by Ferguson Crane. And now he has it knocked away out of his stick. Posse still able to regain control. Mateus McEwen tries to send a pass into the middle of the floor to McCotter. It was too low for him. And a turnover there by Parkland allows Vermilion to move the ball around. Played up top here to Bowman. Tries to look to the side of the crease. It's off a Posse stick. Mitchell Easton back behind the net. Starts it up the floor with a pass here for Parkland. Colby Breast with it now. Stutter step. Keeps it, moves it over to the far side to Ness. Back in front, a quick shot there. And that came from Rivers Scott. Has a huge collision back behind the net between the goaltender Murphy, a defenseman, and Fiedler. Murphy's helmet pops off in the process, but it looks like it'll stay Vermilion ball here. Pass up the floor here in transition to Usinek. Taking a hit there was McCall. Luke's ball. And it'll stay Vermilion. Possession here. Pass over to the far side, over the head there of Bowman. So it's taken back by the Posse quickly the other way. Here's a break and a shot. Great save there made by Murphy. Mateus McEwen, the defender, with the breakout play there. The two brothers on defense, Mateus and Mitchell McEwen, each with great offensive opportunities so far in this one. There's a shot from the outside, easily handled by Murphy. And he'll scoop it down here in the crease. Now call for a timeout as the equipment of Matthew Murphy giving him some trouble now. And so he'll sort that out in his crease as both teams step away here. Mentioned yesterday, both teams in action. The Vermilion Roar taking on the Edmonton Warriors, coming away with a 7-4 win. Interesting to see parallels between this Vermilion team and this Parkland team. For example, the Roar playing in Lloydminster a couple games ago, just this past Wednesday, lost a big one, 14-2. That was after they'd lost only a 1-goal game to the Extreme at home back on May 15th. Now, the reason I say similarities there is both these teams know the challenge of playing in Lloydminster. The Posse lost there 14-3 back on May 12th before Parkland came out on top in a close game here at home after that. Pass misses on offense there for the Roar. They try and track a loose ball back behind the net. And it's turned over as the shot clock expires, allowing Parkland to move the ball back up. Starting with Mitch McEwen. Dishes the ball as he heads off on a change. It's McCotter with it now. Moving to the middle of the floor, tries a shot, that one taken up into the chest of Murphy, who makes another nice stop. Stretch pass up the floor here is sent over in the direction of Proch, but it's up out of play. And now a pass by the Posse right as they gain possession is intercepted by Jared Aben. Ball changing hands a couple times in a matter of seconds there as it's worked over on the far side to Proch. Proch keeps it back behind the net, tries to sling it in front. That one hit the back of Connor Deschênes. And now he gets it up to Josh Crawford. Crawford gonna sling it back as the Posse offense still getting on the floor here. They've got 13 seconds left on a shot clock to work with. As it's played up top here to Kobe Brest. Brest now looks towards the net, fires a sidearm shot. That one missed. He's able to track the rebound, but as he does, that shot clock expires. And so that'll send the Roar back the other way here with 9 minutes exactly gone here in a first period. A low-scoring affair, so far a no-scoring affair here between these two teams. Proch with it, up top, his shot, it missed. Rebound comes to the side of the goal there, and that was Fisher with the attempt. It was stopped nicely by Ryerson. But Jared Fisher got a good shot off at the side of the net. Cutting up through the middle here and knocked down hard is Tyson Deschênes. Ball will just roll back to the crease where it's taken by Murphy and dropped off there for Chase Bowman. Pass to Bowman, went over top his head though. Trying to scoop it was Lacusta who missed it initially. And now it comes to Nate up top. And he'll move it towards the front of the net. A shot roaring through the crease there was Fiedler. Just got it away in time. Save was made. Ball gets worked back up top to Belrose. And a moving pick going to be called on Fiedler there as he, after the shot, peeled away from the crease, tried to go up beside Belrose and set a pick for his teammate. But he's called on the moving pick there, and it's turned back to Fisher here the other way. Fisher, 1-on-2. Doesn't have enough space, so he'll peel off from the net, work it back. Pass from Aben, comes in front there. An attempt by Proch, and he scores. 10.5 minutes here into the opening period. The Roar, the first ones to get on the board. As the offense for the Roar finally got set up in the offensive zone, Fisher worked it back to Aben. He sends a feed in front. I believe that was Hayden Proch who was able to shoot that one past Ryerson. Get confirmation in a moment here, but nonetheless a 1-0 lead here for the visiting Vermilion Roar this afternoon. Crawford with it now, spinning away from pressure. Sends this one back to Darren Callahan with it. Callahan cuts to the crease, tries a shot as he's coming through. Rebound comes in front to Lacusta. And he's able to get it back behind the goal.
Approach the assist to number 9, Jared Fisher. Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 28 seconds. That's the Roar first goal scored by Approach, the assist Fisher at 10:28.
So that's what it is. Hayden Proch from Jared Fisher. The opening goal of this one. As the Posse offense, once again getting out to a little bit of a slow start here. But a pass picked off. Mateus McEwen roaring up the right side, tries a shot high on Murphy, got the shoulder on it. Rebound comes over to the side. Tyson Deschen tries to poke at it. McEwen trying to track a rebound in front, finally going to be scooped up here by Winnichuk. Transition the other way, a quick shot and another goal. A chance at one end for the Posse that saw a battle for a loose ball batted around. It's finally scooped up by Winnichuk, who sends the Roar the other way. And a quick shot over the shoulder of Andrew Ryerson makes it a 2-0 score here for the Roar. Parkland offense going back to work here on the face-off win. McCotter to Belrose. Here's Lacusta. To Belrose again up top, tries a shot there. Good save, rebound comes in front, in and out of the stick of Callahan as he is quickly double teamed right in front of the crease. Bryson McCall now had it and he got hit. As a battle for the loose
Vermilion
ball.
Roar's second goal, his second of the game, scored by number 63, Hayden Proch. The assist to number 72, Colton Winnichuk. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 43 seconds. That's the Roar's second goal, his second of the afternoon.
So there it is. Hayden Proch with the second of the day. Colton Winnichuk the assist on that one. And now the Posse continue this possession in the meantime. They've got 10 seconds left on a shot clock, but it will get batted down into their end, and that's going to end this here as Ryerson scoops it up, takes a look, and just fires it back towards his bench. Just under 7 minutes left to go here in the first period, 2-0 Vermilion. The score so far in this one, Hayden Proch with a couple of goals here. Pass far into the corner. Bounces back behind the Posse net. They'll look to come away with McEwen back the other way. Mitchell McEwen, the defenseman, probably with the best scoring chance of the day earlier in the first, hitting the crossbar in between Murphy. Coming in is Belrose with a shot off the goaltender's shoulder and back behind the net. Scooped up there is Belrose and Ness. Now Lacusta coming in, trying to tie up Aben, who finally has it hacked away from him, but now a loose ball rolling up down to the other end of the floor. That's McLeod with it. Looks it back up top to Aben. And a shot by Ollinger well wide. Should say Bowman over there on the far side with the shot. Has it stolen by the Posse, who will work it up the floor. Less than 6 minutes to go in the opening period. And now Brest with contact on the defender, who of course didn't have the ball, will allow for a possession change here. Starting out is Jarrett Aben, leading scorer here for the Roar. Moves it to the far side there for Winnichuk. Winnichuk now with some space, tries a shot and scores. Colton Winnichuk beat a defender up high, finally had some space to maneuver. Comes in with a head of steam and bounces one past Ryerson with 5.5 minutes left to go in the first period. The Roar have extended their lead to 3. Posse now off the face-off, roaring in, and a shot just over top the net comes from Pernille. Big bouncing rebound. Comes back to Lacusta. As the Posse were getting a change in on offense. Lacusta up to Belrose. He's got two defenders in between him and the net. Seth Belrose now. Takes a hack, tries a shot, a bouncer, that one missed. Rebound tracked by McCotter, who has to throw a long shot towards the net with the shot clock expiring.
The Vermilion Roar third goal scored by number 72, Colton Wynachuk. The assist to number 74, Jarrett Eben. Time of the goal, 14 minutes, 27 seconds. That's the Roar third goal scored by Wynachuk. The assist, Eben, at 14:27.
So Wynachuk with his first goal, second point of the day. Jarrett Eben with the assist, his first point as well. Turning is Fisher with it. As he works over on the left side. Sends it to the opposite side to Bowman. His shot deflected off his stick. Still a good save needed to be made by the stick of Ryerson, and it was. And now the Posse send a pass all the way down the floor, looking that time for Alex Sutherland. He forces a bad pass to be made there by Hayden Usenek into the bench. And so a net positive on that shift for the Posse defender, as Parkland will keep possession here with 4:23 left to go in the first period. Taking a cross check, keeping the ball. Seth Belrose tries to dangle his way between a couple of defenders. Ball pops loose for a second, but it's Belrose with it with 13 on the shot clock. Moves it to Kobe Brest, fakes the shot, now cuts around wide, now with some daylight, tries a shot, that one just missed. Rebound comes to Belrose, who has 2 seconds to shoot it, and does. That one right into the dome of Carter Usenek. But it doesn't go on goal, and so that's going to turn the ball over once again here with 3:52 left to go here in period number 1. Ball starting with Colton Wynachuk in the corner. Gets around Mateus McEwen, tries a sharp angle shot. Rebound comes to Jarrett Eben in that same corner. Now he'll roll out with it. Try an underhand shot and a goal. Jarrett Eben rolling out of the corner. Beats a screened Ryerson in front with 3:39 left to go in period number 1. The Vermilion Roar have quickly and quietly in the last 6 minutes built up a 4-0 lead. See if they end up giving a assist to Wynachuk on that one. It was his shot that came off the arm of Ryerson. Rebound bounced into the corner, scooped up by Eben. He walks out and is able to find the back of the net. Spin move off the face-off there. Usenek tried to pass across.
Goal scored by number 74, Jarrett Eben. The assist to number 72, Colton Wynachuk. The time of the goal, 16 minutes, 21 seconds. That's the Roar fourth goal scored by Eben. The assist, Wynachuk.
And so that it is. Eben with the goal, Wynachuk with the assist. Now a pass in front here to Ness with a quick shot. That one off of the left shoulder of Matthew Murphy. Eben tries a short pass there. Couldn't find Carter Usenek with it, so it's stolen and worked back in front. There's McCotter faking. Goes back behind the net, tries to beat the goaltender to the far post and can't. Deflects back behind the net now. Worked up top to Lacusta. Lacusta in front to Callahan. Tried a bounce shot. That one just missed. Rebound off the back wall right into the big stick of Matthew Murphy. And another good defensive shift there for the Roar. As a cross-checking penalty is going to come up here to the Posse with 2:22 left to go here in the first period. This will be the first penalty given to either team here this afternoon. And it looks like it's going to be called a check from behind on this, which carries 4 minutes along with it. That's what's on the board right now to Tyson Deschênes. And so potentially a couple minor power plays in a row here for the Roar, who score 8 seconds into the power play. A possession that starts with the ball up top, worked over to the left side. I believe that was Bryson McCall who's going to get that one. It'll make the lead 5-0 here with 2:14 left to play in the period. Off the face-off, taken by Lacusta with speed, tries a shot as he was getting hit and knocked down. It missed the net, and it'll be stolen here with a pass up the floor by Bowman. He was looking for Aben, just missed him. Posse now try and send it up the floor. That pass deflecting off the stick of Lacusta. And so it's turned right back over here to the Roar.
The Parkland Posse penalty to number 23, Tyson Deschênes, 4 minutes for checking from behind. The time of the penalty, 17 minutes, 38 seconds. That's the Posse penalty to Deschênes, 4 for checking from behind at 17:38.
And off a loose ball in front, it's Aben stuffing home his second of the game. So 2 power plays on the double minor, 2 goals for the Vermilion Roar, who are out in front 6-0 at this point in the game. Posse, you know, you've seen them start slow in the last few games, and you've seen their comeback potential later in games. But how big of a hole do you want to dig yourselves into with the deficit now at 6? Belrose turning. Top of the crease, tries a shot. Save made Murphy. He'll grab the rebound there as it's moved to Chase Bowman. Bowman gets a return feed, this time from Aben, and heads up the floor. Chase Bowman moves the ball, now cuts out wide, gets a return feed, tries a sidearm shot, saved by Ryerson, rebound into the corner, where it's kept here by the Roar. Another shot there from Bowman, that one just missed. Rebound bounces into the crease. Ryerson makes the save, and the Posse move the ball with just 38 seconds left to go here in a first period. Posse with it up
the
top.
Vermilion Roar 5th goal scored on the power play by number 67, Bryson McCall. The assist to number 74, Jarrett Eben. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 46 seconds. That's the Roar 5th goal scored on the power play by McCall. The assist, Eben, at 17:46.
So that was the 5th goal announced on the power play for the Roar. As mentioned, Aben has since scored on the power play as a long shot in is going to head just wide of the goal.
Goal also scored on the power play, his second of the game by number 72, Colton Wynachuk. The assist to number 74, Jarrett Eben, and number 65, Chase Bowman. The time of the goal, 18 minutes, 26 seconds. That's the Roar's 6th goal scored on the power play by Wynachuk. The assist, Eben and Bowman at 18:26.
Okay, so correction there. It was 72 scoring, not 74. And so Colton Wynachuk, you heard it, second goal of the game. He's got 2 assists as well after the first period. Jarrett Eben with a 4-point game as well to this point with a goal and 3 assists for him. They are 2 of the biggest reasons why the Vermilion Roar find themselves up 6-0 here in Spruce Grove against the Parkland Posse after 1 period of play. We'll take a break for the next 9 minutes here. Come on back with second period action between the Posse and the Roar from Grant Fuhr Arena.
I gave you the key. you bring it right back. I just think it's funny how it goes. Now I'm on the road, $500,000 for a show, and we started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here. Boys tell stories about the man. Say I never struggled, wasn't hungry, yeah, I doubt it.
Lacrosse fans, here is your first period summary brought to you by the Spruce Grove Saints in 88.1 The One. It was all Vermilion Roar in the first period. The first one from Hayden Proch, the assist, Jared Fisher at 10:28. They then added number 2 at 11:43. Proch with his second from Colton Wynachuk. Their third one, Wynachuk had the goal. The assist, Eben at 14:27. The Vermilion Roar fourth goal was Eben from Wynachuk at 16:21. 5 and 6 came on the power play. The first one from McCall, the assist, Eben, and the sixth one, Wynachuk, second of the afternoon from Eben and Bowman. Penalties in the first period. There was one to the Posse. It was Deschênes 4 for checking from behind. The shots after the first period of play, 14-11 in favor of the hometown Posse. And the score after the first, 6-0 in favor of the Vermilion Roar. This has been the first period summary brought to you by the Spruce Grove Saints in 88.1 The One.
Started from the bottom, now my whole team in. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team here.
The Parkland Posse would like to thank their sponsors, Perry and Terry Ribagalti with Ribagali Restaurants, Sean and the staff at IPM Magnetics Limited, 88.1 The One, Parkland's best country, RPB Industries Construction Group, Original Joe's, the Spruce Grove Saints, Canlax Lacrosse, the City of Spruce Grove, the On Par Golf and Lounge, Liquor on McLeod, and the Cooperators. The Parkland Posse are grateful for your continued contributions. The Arizona Diamondbacks have swept the Toronto Blue Jays this afternoon by a final score of 8-2. The lone Jays run came from Gurrell Jr. and Danny Jansen hit an RBI as Galvis came in to score.
nice. Y'all call it a moment. I call it life.
One day while the light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open, I just wanna feel this moment. Oh, I just wanna feel this moment. Oh, I just wanna feel this moment.
Miss Worldwide, Christina Aguilera. Oye, mamita, dale, que la cosa está rica. Reporting live from the tallest building in Tokyo. Long way from them hallways. Filled with O's and O's. They counting always. 305 all day. Now, baby, we can parlay. Oh, baby, we can party. She read books, especially about red rooms and tie-ups. I got her hooked. Cause she see me in a suit with the red tie tied up. Rita Gris, nice to meet you. But time is money. Only difference is I own it. Now let's stop time and enjoy this moment.
One day while the light is glowing, I'll be in my castle golden. But until the gates are open, I just wanna feel this moment. Oh, I just wanna feel this moment. Oh, I just wanna feel this moment.
I see the future, but live for the moment. Makes sense, don't it? Now make dollars, I mean billions. I'm a genius.
Please welcome back to the floor your Parkland Posse.
I said the Joker is a wanted man that makes a way all across the land. I see him sifting through the sand, so I tell you all a story about the Joker and the thief in the night. Is there loving in the midst of power? Are we living in the final hour? There's always sweet and sour, so we.
And welcome back here to Grant Fuhr Arena. Evan Cook alongside you for the second period of action. The Posse down 6-0 with Tyler Pernille racing in off the face-off and firing one off the post. Parkland that close, just 8 seconds into this second period. As a check in the back on Belrose is going to keep possession here for the Posse. Pass too far for Callahan, might have been deflected too, and it'll be scooped up back of his net by goaltender Matthew Murphy. Speaking of goaltenders, Andrew Ryerson not back out there here for the second period for the Posse. It is Gavin Ferguson in goal, wearing number 31 today, coming off a big win. Nice performance for Ferguson yesterday, and is being called upon here in the second period. There's a sidearm. Kusta fires and scores. What a play by defenseman Mateus McEwen. to knock down a pass, take it the other way, buy time behind the net, and then lob one in front for Nate LaCusta. Wide open. Deeks fires it in. LaCusta with a hat trick yesterday, once again, is the first to put the Posse on the board here this afternoon. McEwen in here again off of the face-off win. He'll leave it up top for Ness. Goes for a run around the far side. Ness now sends it in front. Breast with it. Winds, shoots, and that one a bouncer. Good shot there into the crease, knocked down by Matthew Murphy.
The Parkland Posse first goal scored by number 20, Nate LaCusta. The assist to number 2, Matthias McEwen. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 18 seconds. That's the Posse first goal scored by LaCusta. The assist McEwen at 11:18.
There it is, LaCusta from McEwen as it comes to the vicinity of Connor Deschênes, who was plowed over into the crease. Tail end of that play. Possession whistled in for the Posse here. Belrose now. Throws it up top, gets a return feed, fakes the underhand shot, and now tries to hand that one off, but he did right to a Roar defender who roars back now the other way. Tries to sling one behind his back. That was Jarrett Aben as he was getting knocked past the crease. And the Posse trying to come away in transition with a feed in front there, just in and out of the pocket there of Kobe Breast. Mitch McEwen's in the corner now with it. Sends it back behind the net. Trying to dive through the crease and a goal! As an injury occurs on the same play as that one. Not sure if he slipped as he was rounding the net and coming towards the crease. I believe that was Kobe Breast who slid in that beautiful goal and then fell at the side of the net. Not sure if he was hit or what. But both teams are going to head to their benches for a timeout here as Kobe Breast is being tended to by the training staff here for the Parkland Posse. Now Kobe gets up slowly and is making his way off toward the room with help there, but what a massive goal for him, held to just a point in yesterday's game. The second leading scorer has goal number 13, point number 20 for him on the season. More importantly, it's the Posse's second goal of the period, finds them down 6-2. A period with 6:50 left to go in it that they've been winning here so far. Vermilion, who exploded for 6 in the second half of the first, has been held off the score sheet here so far in the second. Brief conversation with officials for captains from both teams, and ball is down. Face-off won by the Posse, back into their own end. Tyler Pernille gonna lob one here to Seth Belrose. Belrose now spinning away from a check, tries an overhand shot. That one just missed. It will bounce over his head on the rebound, be tracked down the Posse end.
The assist to number 14, Mitch McEwen, and number 20, Nate LaCusta. Leads time of the goal 13 minutes 22 seconds. That's the Posse's second goal scored by Brest, the assist McEwen, and Lacusta at 13-22.
And so with that, a couple points for Nate Lacusta today, a goal and an assist. He's factored into both goals right now. Roar back on offense. Trying to get one back here. Cutting towards the net now, and a shot, great save made by Ferguson. Rebound to the goaltender in the crease on a great chance there from Hayden Proch. He picked up 2 goals early in the first. Looking for the hat trick marker there. Lacusta with it, tried a pass. That one was cleanly picked off there by Aben. He has his stick slashed away now, but the ball ends up rolling straight to a teammate there. Being pressured in their own end there, though, are the Roar, as they now make their way up past center. An errant pass batted away there towards the bench. Loose ball still gets tracked down with just a few seconds left to shoot it. Work to the crease. A late shot from Chase Bowman wouldn't have counted anyway. And another turnover. This one for a shot clock as Connor Deschênes taking it back in transition. Moves the ball up the floor to Lacusta. 5 minutes left to play. 6-2 lead for the Vermilion. A shot at the side of the crease. Save made. Rebound goes back behind. Posse continue to control the ball there. Coming out in front was McCotter, who was checked just as he was about to shoot. Able to track down the rebound, elude a check on the far wall, send a pass in front. That one bounces away now over the stick of Tyrese Ness, who's the lone man back here. As Bowman comes the other way, tries a low shot, great save by Ferguson. He's got it, sending it over to Mateus McEwen. McEwen drops for Connor Deschênes. He'll move it over to the far wall. River Scott with it. There's a quick shot there. That was Brest, rather, who looks to be all right, having come back on the bench here. Kobe Brest still with it. Moves it to Deschênes. Runs into a couple defenders now, cuts to the net, tries to go over top the goaltender. Save made, rebound at the front of the crease is trapped by Matthew Murphy. Now a little bit of pushing and shoving escalates. Callahan in there to yank a defender away from a teammate. Not sure any penalties are going to come from it. And now it looks like we might get coincidentals here with 3:46 left to go in the second. We've already had coincidental penalties called twice so far in this game. Callahan's going to go for the Posse. He looked to be more of a third man into the fray there. Wait to see who gets this penalty for the Roar. Didn't see the jersey as he was heading towards the box, but there's certainly a man in the penalty box for each of these teams right now. Okay, so Hayden Usenek is the defender with a penalty up on the board here. As mentioned, the third time we get coincidentals. Posse actually have yet to get a power play so far in this game. They've given up 3, including a major penalty called on defenseman Josh Crawford earlier in the period. Vermilion ended up scoring on their first 2 power plays in the first period, but were held off the score sheet on that major power play. So Callahan and Hayden Usenek. Looks like the Posse are going to start here in possession. Was wondering what would happen there, as it was a battle for a loose ball that initiated the pushing and shoving match. So here it is, Posse up top with a fresh 30, giving way to Kobe Brest with it. He moves it over there. So Lacusta gets it back here to Brest, who bobbled it for a second. Regain control. Running up top there is McCotter, who tried to find Brest heading towards the net.
Or Darren Callahan, 2 minutes for face mask for the Vermilion Roar, number 70, Hayden Usenik. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. The time of the penalty, 16 minutes, 14 seconds.
And a quick shot in transition off the goal post there from Bryson McCall. McCall was looking for his second goal of the game. Now a backhand shot in front. They'll score. Hat-trick goal for Hayden Proch as he was coming out of the corner. Fakes forehand, goes behind the back, and that beats Gavin Ferguson over the shoulder. The first goal of the period here for the Roar comes 4-on-4 with 2:56 to go. The hat-trick marker for Proch. And it gives his team a 5-goal lead here with under 3 minutes left to play. Ball still loose off the face-off. Bounces into the corner where it'll be picked up here by Mateus McEwen. Possession finally awarded here. So McEwen lobs it over the head of a teammate. Eventually gets over to River Scott.
Assisted. The time of the goal, 13 minutes, 4 seconds. That's the Roar 7th goal, scored unassisted by Proch.
So Hayden Proch unassisted. Gives his team the 7-2 lead. Ball gets knocked out of a Posse stick back behind the net, but a slashing penalty looks like it's being whistled in here. That will go against the Roar, and it couldn't come at a better time here for Parkland with 2:17 left to go in the second period. And the Posse getting sent to their first power play of the afternoon here. Carter Usenek, he and his brother Hayden, the penalized players right now for Vermilion. And Parkland's first power play comes 4-on-3 here with still 25 seconds left in those coincidentals. Ness up top to Belrose. Throws a pass behind the back to Brest in the corner. Back to Belrose. Ball off of his stick, but he regains control. Tyrese Ness couldn't handle that pass cleanly. And now it's taken back up the other way. Curling away is Winnichuk. Coincidentals over, so we're 5-on-4 now for the rest of this Posse power. Winnichuk comes in front, tries a bounce shot. Looks like goaltender Ferguson did get a piece of that. And so an offensive possession will continue here for the Roar on the PK. Ball being moved around the perimeter here. Avon with it. Tries to get a return feed there to the side of the crease. It bounces back behind the net and just tipped up in front of it, stolen by Mitchell Easton. And he'll come away with speed. Drops it off for Nate Lacusta with 1 minute yet to go here in the second period. Rest will drop it up to Belrose. Belrose works down low. That one via Fiedler that time as it comes over to the corner. 2 seconds left on a shot clock. Save made on a sidearm shot from the far side. Deflects all the way back into Parkland end of the floor. Belrose with a lead pass up here to Lacusta. Sends it over far side. Penalty is now over with 15 seconds left to go in the period. Posse with a shot off the crossbar that time, as Nate Lacusta wound and fired that one off the bar up into the roof. And so the Posse will keep possession here. Just 7 seconds left here in the period. Belrose is going to start this possession right at center. Belrose jogs his way in. Is he going to take that shot? Tries to dish it to Lacusta in the corner over his head. And Lacusta unable to regain control before the buzzer sounds. Time expires here in the second period. And for the second day in a row, the Parkland Posse head into the second intermission down 7-2. We all know what happened yesterday, as Parkland used 7 third period goals to beat Wainwright 9-8. Can they find a miracle for a second day in a row? Take a break for about 10 minutes, come back for the exciting conclusion here. Third period action from the Grant Fuhr Arena in Spruce Grove between the Parkland Posse and the Vermilion Roar.
Lacrosse fans, here's your second period summary brought to you by the Spruce Grove Saints and 88.1 The One. There was 3 goals in the middle frame, 2 for the Posse, 1 for the Roar. The first Posse goal came from Nate Lacusta, the assist to Matthias McEwen, 11-18. Posse then scored their second at 13-22. Colby Bress from Mitch McEwen, Nate Lacusta. The Roar answered with number 7. It was the third of the game for number 63, Hayden Prochin. That one was unassisted at 13-04. Penalties in the middle frame, there was 8, 4 for the Posse and 4 for Vermilion. The shots after 2, 26-18 in favor of the Parkland Posse, but the score 7-2 for the Vermilion Roar. This has been your second period summary brought to you by the Spruce Grove Saints and 88.1 The One. The Parkland Posse Lacrosse Club would like to thank their sponsors, Perry and Terry Ribagalti at Ribagali Restaurants, Sean and the staff at IPM Magnetics. 88.1 The One, Parkland's Best Country, RPB Industries Construction Group, Original Joe's, the Spruce Grove Saints, Canlax Lacrosse, the City of Spruce Grove, the On Par Golf and Lounge, Liquor on McLeod, and the Cooperators. The Parkland Posse are grateful for your continued contributions.
If our love was a song, girl, I'd play it all night long, girl. I tell you what, I put it on, girl. I'd put it on vinyl. When you say my name, it's the sweetest sound. Oh, girl, you got me spinning around, around like vinyl, like vinyl. Ain't nothing gonna stop this groove. No, they don't make 'em no more like you, like vinyl.
Sunday morning, man, she woke up fighting mad, bitching and moaning on and on about the time I had. And by Tuesday, you could say that girl was good as gone. And then when Thursday came around, I was all alone. So I went for a drive to clear my mind. Ended up at a shell on I-65. Then I won $100 on a scratch-off ticket. Bought 2 12-packs and a tank of gas with it. She swore they were a waste of time, all, but she was wrong. I was calling number 5 on the radio station, won a 4-day, 3-night beach vacation. Deep sea senorita fishing down in Panama. And I ain't gotta see my ex-future mother-in-law anymore. Oh Lord, when it rains, it pours. Now she was sure real quick to up and apologize when she heard about my newfound luck on that FM dial.
We were running through the town. Our senses had been drowned. No place we hadn't been before.
Lacrosse fans, please welcome back to the floor your Parkland Posse.
We have to break down this wall. Too young to live a lie. Look into my eyes. Ready, set, go, it's time to run. The sky is changing, we are one. Together we can make it while the world is crashing down. Don't you turn around.
Welcome back here to Grant Fuhr Arena. Third period action upcoming between the Parkland Posse and the visiting Vermilion Roar this afternoon. It's the first meeting of the season between these two teams. The Posse coming in with a 7-3 record. The Roar at 6-5, but it's Vermilion with the lead through 40 minutes of play here this afternoon. 7-2, the second afternoon in a row that the Posse have trailed 7-2 after 40 minutes. Parkland with the unbelievable comeback win 9-8 over the Wainwright Wolfpack yesterday afternoon here. Will they be able to make such a comeback here on a second day in a row? As off the faceoff, going to be controlled off the draw, but a huge hit throw-in. Jared Fisher knocked to the floor there, separated from the ball as well. And the Posse coming up the floor will be first on offense here to start the third. Darren Callahan starting and stopping. Being forced up top. Dishes off here to Scott. Nice pass into Callahan, who's got some space, tries a shot. Save made there by Murphy. Nice give and go there between Rivers Scott and Darren Callahan. Scott with a nice dish is nearly losing the ball back behind the goal. was Jared Aben. He's able to get it back, though, and start up. Aben with a pass over to the far side there to Bowman. Bowman tries a shot. It missed. Aben tracking the rebound up near the rag line. Throwing it far side there. Couldn't get it cleanly to Winnichuk. As possession expires, it's Mateus McEwen with it. Sending this one ahead to Lacusta. Got to dodge a check of a defender coming right off the bench. Now Lacusta with speed in the middle of the floor. Sends a pass in front. He was looking for Mitch McEwen down low. McEwen with it. Mitch McEwen tries a shot. The bouncer misses wide. It goes up through the rafters here and will bounce all the way towards the Posse bench as time is going to expire on the shot clock. And Aben starts with it up top here for the Roar. Saw defender Mitch McEwen join the offensive unit that last time out. Saw that happen a couple of times near the end of the second period as well. As this is Proch with it, cutting out wide. Comes back in front of the crease. He's got a hat trick here today and make it 4 for Hayden Proch. Circles the entire net. Comes out to the top of the crease, fakes a shot, and then sidearms one past goaltender Gavin Ferguson. And the lead gets that much deeper for the Posse. 2:11 into the third here. Proch with his 4th of the day makes it 8-2. Parkland now coming the other way. Third check is the one that knocks Sutherland off the ball. Going to be scooped back up near center where it's tracked by Callahan. Callahan coming towards the net. Fires a shot over top of it. Tyrese Ness had it, lost it. Callahan took over, and he'll shovel it back to Lacusta. Now up top to McCotter. Tough pass for Callahan to handle. Battle for a loose ball ensues with 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Lacusta, has to get a shot on, and a bouncer does into the pad of Murphy. The rebound comes back behind the net to the Roar, and they'll have time to move it up the floor here with Jared Fisher starting out with it. Fisher sends one up to Jarrett Aben. Aben circles away as Proch had a stick knocked out of his hands for a moment. Roar recollects. Shot there by Bowman, missed. This will bounce all the way back down the floor. Goaltender Murphy is out to play it. Sends it up here near center where it's picked off almost cleanly by Connor Deschênes. And he'll start with the ball on offense here. Deschênes cutting towards the net, still with it, tries a shot over top the net, comes to Ness at the side of the goal, and his shot stopped by the arm of Murphy. Lacusta looks to the net. Lacusta now with a bounce shot between the legs of Murphy, but bouncing up over top the net, out and out of play, should say. So with 4 minutes gone here in the third period, Posse's still moving the ball well on offense, but don't have goals to show for it yet. They fired 30 shots the way of Matthew Murphy. He stopped all but 2 of them. And now a scrum in the middle of the floor there as Jarrett Aben went right after Pernille from behind after the former had his stick whacked out of his hands, being restrained by the officials. Still trying to get his licks in as Aben. Jared Aben got tied up with Tyler Pernille. Pernille still looks as calm and collected as ever. after Aben went out and mugged him in the middle of the floor. We'll see how the officials decide to sort out the penalties on this one. Posse could certainly use a power play right now. They've only been on one this game. That one happened back toward the end of the second period. They were 0 for 1 with the man advantage here today. 3 so far handed out to Vermilion. There's also been 3 instances of coincidental penalties to both teams. But even still, adding all those up, that's still a much lower total penalty-wise than the Posse have had here in their last couple. Discipline has certainly been better on the Parkland side of things here this afternoon than we've seen in some of their recent games. Officials continuing to talk over at the penalty box right now. Were initially talking amongst themselves. Now they look as though they're communicating something to the timekeeper at the moment. After conversation, Aben is going to, box is going to open up and he's going to be escorted out of this game. He'll, of course, get a hand from the Posse bench as he does. Looking at a replay right now as Pernille goes up for a hit on him. Aben just grabs hold of his jersey as he's jogging away, yanks him back and tackles him to the floor. So that's 5 minutes up on the board for Jared Aben. There's 2 minutes on the board posted right now for Tyler Pernille. So we'll be 4-on-4 for the next 2. And then a 3-minute major power play will be awarded to the Posse. For the second straight game, a major opponent leaves the floor partway through the third period. Happened in the game against Wainwright yesterday. Wolfpack lost their captain with 8 minutes to play because of penalties. Of course, in that period, the Posse scored first, as opposed to Vermilion getting on the board here first in the period. Losing it is Dyson Deschen. So the Roar with it now, turning away is Colton Winnichuk. Winnichuk still with the ball. Gonna flip this one over to the far side there to Chase Bowman. Delayed penalty coming up here on the Posse as a couple players were tied up in the middle of the floor. And this one, it's a holding penalty coming against Parkland. Seth Belrose headed to the box. And so with that, it's actually going to be a 4-on-3 power play now. Here for the Vermilion Roar for about the next minute and 20 seconds. That's the time remaining in the penalty to Tyler Pernille. So this will go as the 4th power play here for Vermilion. Shot there, stop made by Ferguson. The Roar 2 for 3, should say.
7, Tyler Pernille, 2 minutes for holding. And to the Vermilion Roar, number 74, Jared Eben, 5 minutes and a game for fighting. The 5-minute major will be served by number 67, Bryson McCall. The time of all the penalties, 4 minutes, 14 seconds. That's the Posse penalty, Pernille holding. The Roar penalty, Eben, 5 in a game for fighting, served by McCall at 4:14.
As you hear the penalties there, so that's why Eben's gone. is 5 minutes for fighting. Now more undisciplined play here. This is slash called against Declan McLeod, the defender. As he was continuing to hammer the free arm of a Parkland attacker. And so now we're 3-on-3. A lot of room to maneuver out there right now. It'll be the Posse going to a power play. Lacusta drove the net and lost it. And now Murphy tries to send Bowman too far for him, so it goes in there on goaltender Ferguson. Darren Callahan trying to come back with numbers the other way. Callahan heads to the crease as he's knocked down. He fires and scores. Darren Callahan, as he's getting knocked down towards the crease with a beautiful goal, is now going to get sent off here. Defenseman Carter Usenek grabbed his stick after the goal. Callahan's trying to pull it away, and it's Callahan getting a penalty there. Already 2 men in the box for each team, so what should happen here is when Tyler Pernill's penalty expires in 17 seconds, then Callahan's would start. And so we'll be 3-on-3 for a while longer. Callahan's goal cuts the lead to 8-3 for Vermilion. There is still 14:03 left to go here. So this is interesting. We'll see how the penalties work out here because it's 3-on-3. Callahan's penalty going to start when Pernill's finishes, but Pernill can't come back on the floor because it's already 3-on-3 out there, as a shot that time from Fisher is stopped. I would imagine, and there it is, Pernill just can't come back on the floor until the next whistle. We stay 3-on-3, which is what we're doing right now. Nate Lacusta.
Number 31, Gavin Ferguson. Time of the goal.
So Gavin Ferguson picks up the assist on the goal. A shot, and he scores! Nate Lacusta with an underhand slingshot, his second of the afternoon. And the Posse now trail by 4 with 13:23 to play. So here's what we're looking at now. In 12 seconds, the penalty to Belrose expires, and then it will be a 4-on-3 power play here for the Posse. Knocked away from Tyson Deschen and turned back up the floor this time. That's Hayden Usenek with it as Belrose is out of the box now. Then in 35 seconds, Declan McLeod gets out of the box and will be 4-on-4 once again. So a very short power play, but technically a power play nonetheless for the Posse here, as it's Belrose leading the offense back out on the floor.
Goal 6 minutes 37 seconds. That's the Posse fourth goal, his second of the afternoon, scored unassisted by Lacusta.
So there it is, Lacusta unassisted. Belrose had it then stopped up. Not sure if a timeout was called here. Or a penalty called here. Looks like too many men on the floor. Gives another penalty this time to the Roar. After a fairly even keel first 2 periods when it came to the penalties, the parade to the penalty box continues here in the third. Too many men on the floor. That's why Bellroy stopped up, because there were too many white jerseys out there. And so 4-on-3 will continue a shot, and it won't continue for that long. A power play goal for Logan Fiedler. And the Vermilion lead is now 3 with over 12 and a half minutes left to go. There were just 3 seconds left in the penalty to McLeod. So McLeod's minor should be done, and then the additional minor for too many men can start running. And that's not what we're seeing up on the clock. I think the Vermilion bench trying to get one of their players off the floor right now. And so that's exactly what we see. So that means the 4-on-3 power play, another one starts here for the Posse after scoring on their last one. They've cut the lead to 3 here, trying to play comeback again. Lacusta side of the net. His pass was blocked. He's the only one that saw the loose ball, and he's able to pick it back up. There's a shot there. Lacusta, stick save made by Murphy. Yeah, too many men. Call served by Hayden Usinek, as the Roar just sent it the length of the floor. Pass up here to Sutherland, and he'll start up. In 5 seconds, it'll turn into a 5-on-3 here with Callahan getting out of the box, and here he comes. 5-on-3 for the next minute here for the Posse. To Belrose, a shot, that one right off the shoulder of Murphy. Rebound comes to Darren Callahan. He scored right before he was penalized. Callahan down low to Scott. Moves it back up top there. Lacusta winds, fires it off. Either off stick of a teammate or off him cleanly. Might have been off him cleanly. Up and out of play. And so that one will turn possession over here to the Roar. They've got 40 seconds left to kill this 5-on-3. Following that, there will be 10 seconds of a 5-on-4. And then somehow we will finally be back to even strength. Long shot in. Ferguson the save. Connor Deschênes plucks the rebound out from in front of his goaltender. 20 seconds left in the 2-man advantage here. Cole McCotter with it up top. Posse down by 3. Trying to get close here on these power plays. Mitch McEwen sends it side to the crease. A shot there by Lacusta. He had daylight. What a stop there made by Murphy. Up top, Belrose behind the back. McCotter couldn't come away with it cleanly. Now we're 5-on-4. McCotter's shot. It deflects wide off a defender behind the net to McEwen. McEwen tries to come out from the side. He missed the net on that chance, and it will deflect up and out of play. Here we're back to 5-on-5 with 10:32 left to go in the third period. But the Posse come out of that situation fairly nicely. It's an 8-5 game. Parkland has scored the last 3. They were down 8-2 earlier in the period. Now pass going to be picked off in the middle of the floor. Posse take it back here. It's Mitch McEwen. And as 2 players collide, that'll turn possession right back over to Vermilion. Josh Crawford got tied up there with Bowman, who starts up with the ball. Bowman sends it across for Jared Fisher. Up top to Bowman. Posse pressuring them all the way out to center, and now it's just thrown into the far corner. Stopped up there by Ferguson for the Posse. Bounced up here to Crawford at center. Leaves it for Callahan coming off the bench. Callahan cuts to the middle, now knocked down there from behind. Going to be a penalty coming up here to the Roar as Callahan was knocked down. He was knocked down head first right into a defender, stays down on the floor for a moment, now pops back up to his feet and heads off. But this should be a checking from behind penalty, and it is. That is a 4-minute double minor coming up here to Vermilion. Another glorious opportunity here for the Posse, down by 3 with just under 10 minutes left in the period. Penalty was called, but I don't think a Vermilion player has gone to the box yet. They're not sure who's getting called for it. Referees may be thinking that the guilty player would just turn himself in here. He hasn't. Now it's up to the officials to know exactly who to send off. Right now, defenseman Hayden Usinek is jogging over. Hope they got that one right. Short bench, by the way, has gotten even shorter with the loss of Jarrett Aben early in the period. Just down to 3 subs here. So a double minor for check on the back to Usinek. Up top to Belrose with it now. Back pass there. A quick shot there from McCotter. And a save made by Matthew Murphy. Murphy takes a look, doesn't have an outlet, and just sends it the length of the floor to his counterpart, Gavin Ferguson, who will play it up here for Nate LaCusta. 30 seconds gone here in the double minor, checking from behind penalty. Belrose tried to pass. It got to McCotter via a defender's stick there. Shooting it again into his stick there was Belrose. Still gets to LaCusta that time. Up top to Belrose. Belrose tries to dish off to McCotter. Tracks it back. Now moves it across to Belrose. Steps into a shot and scores! Seth Belrose bounces one top shelf. It's a power play goal for the Posse, who still have 2 minutes to work with on a power play and have cut the lead to 8-6. Parkland's second power play goal here this afternoon. For Seth Belrose, it's his first goal, first point on the day. With 8:43 left to go here in the third period, can the Posse get back to within 1? Coming away here is Sutherland. He'll get bumped, but we'll just leave for Tyrese Ness. Ness back to Belrose coming on the floor.
On the power play by number 16, Seth Belrose. The assist to number 18, Logan Fiedler, and number 8, Cole McCotter. The time of the goal, 11 minutes, 17 seconds. That's the Posse's 6th goal scored on the power play by Belrose. The assist, Fiedler and McCotter at 11:17.
First points of the day for Fiedler and McCotter on the assists there. As mentioned, first point in the goal for Seth Belrose is a shot clock violation by the Posse. They'll lose possession, but again, the Vermilion Roar, to borrow a hockey term, effectively just icing it there and giving the possession back to the Posse, who deflect a pass off of LaCusta up and out of play. And so that will turn possession back here to the Roar. See what they can do with it. 1:04 left in that. He gets away that time from McEwen. Pernille angles his man in towards the boards. 3 Posse defenders trying to knock it free from Proch, who's able to come away out of pressure that time. Proch takes a look, fires it over top. A teammate bounces off of the boards, and now the Posse move it up the floor. Tyson Deschênes gets it over here to LaCusta. LaCusta doesn't shoot right away. His stick was checked as he did, and the rebound comes on the far side to Mitch McEwen. To Belrose. Steps into a shot, hits the bottom of the post. The rebound bounces all the way out into the bench, and so possession will stay Parkland here with 7 minutes to go. Belrose that close, fakes the shot, doesn't shoot. Ness now, he tries a shot. That one looked like it hit the side of the post, might have just missed. Officials say it missed on the floor there. McCotter up top to Belrose. There's another shot he just missed. High over top the net. LaCusta back behind it. Tyrese Ness. We're back to 5-on-5 here as Ness gets the ball. Tries a shot. That one hit the post for sure. And as it deflects up out of play, Parkland going to keep possession once again. Here's LaCusta. Nate LaCusta Dishes to Belrose. A shot. Scores! Nate Lacusta, who's got 2 goals already today, drew the Defenders Award him. He got the ball to Belrose. His second in a row has cut the lead to 8-7 with 6:25 left to go in the period. Lacusta's going to pick up an assist on that. See if a second one is awarded, as it's Josh Crawford coming up with the ball off the faceoff. Moving it over here to Belrose, far side. Should say Fiedler with it there. Up top to Lacusta.
7th goal, his second of the afternoon.
Now a shot and a goal! Lacusta, the hat trick marker, and this game is tied with 6 minutes to go. Can you believe this offense has done it again? Firing everything at the kitchen sink at Matthew Murphy over the first 40 minutes, only getting rewarded for it twice. And they have scored now 6 unanswered in the third period to tie the game 8-8 with still 6:06 left to play. Bounces over Crawford's head off the draw once again, though. Parkland controlling here.
That was the Posse 7th goal, his second of the afternoon, scored by Belrose. The assist Lacusta at 13:35. And the Parkland Posse 8th goal, his third of the afternoon, scored by number 20, Nate Lacusta. The assist to number 8, Cole McCotter. The time of the goal, 13 minutes, 54 seconds. That's the Posse 8th goal, his third of the afternoon, scored by Lacusta. The assist McCotter at 13:54.
Pass in front, that one just wide of the goal, and now Murphy, the goaltender, going after McCotter, who came through the crease after delivering the shot. Now punches thrown. There's a full-out fight happening down in the corner. That looks like Tyrese Ness of the Posse, and it's Declan McLeod, defender here of the Vermilion Roar. Both players still with their helmets on towards the end of that fight. McLeod throwing plenty of gloved punches there, not really much of a fight. He'll head off to the penalty box, though I'm sure he's going to get escorted into the dressing room at this point. 5 minutes and 31 seconds left to go here. The Roar trying to spark something here, having given up the last 6 goals in this game, seeing an 8-2 third period lead evaporate. Now tied up 8-8. And McLeod, I'm not sure why he even went to the penalty box there, will be the second player on the Roar kicked out of this game for fighting. Not what you'd expect with a team coming in with just 4 substitutes at the start of the afternoon, but we've seen crazier things. Murphy obviously with a big reaction on that as McCotter came through the crease. McCotter was certainly helped into the crease by the defender initially. Not sure if Murphy has felt that he's had contact over and above what you'd expect this afternoon. Haven't noticed that, but maybe the goaltender has felt differently with some of the contact he's had around the crease today. And so plenty of penalty drama here for the officials to sort out with 5.5 minutes to play. This game now looking for its go-ahead goal. Still nothing listed up on the board right now. Officials still in conversations with captains there. Couple players on each team headed, or one player on each team, I should say, headed to the box right now to serve. Penalties being called. Like I said, it was McLeod, the defenseman for the Roar. It was Ness, the attack man for the Posse. Like I say, both players throwing gloved punches in that fight, not maybe the best showing if you were going to drop the gloves, but certainly an outlet for both teams to be able to maybe unleash some of their pent-up emotions in this one. We'll see what the final 5.5 minutes is like in terms of the discipline and the emotions out there. Like I say, if the Roar keep losing players in this game, they're going to run out at a certain point. They've only got 2 subs now. Officials still talking things over here. Based on what's happening down the timekeeper's bench, I can't imagine they're fully clear on what's going on because nothing's been put up on the board. So now we know Cole McCotter's in the box. He was the one that kind of ignited things by rushing through the crease at the end of that. Making his way over to the bench now is Hayden Usenek. And another player, I think that's Usenek, is headed into the dressing room. That's the question. Are the Vermilion Roar going to lose 2 players out of that scrum? A penalty for the Posse's been put up on the board. It's been taken down. A penalty for the Roar has been put up on the board. It's been taken down. There's, again, no penalties listed on the board in the arena right now. Evan Cook alongside you here at Grant Fuhr Arena in Spruce Grove. We're hopefully going to play the last 5.5 minutes of this game sometime in the next hour, as a big scrum ensued a few minutes ago. Since it's been broken up, officials have been talking between themselves and the captains and the timekeeper's bench over there at the penalty box doors, trying to get a clue from the players on the floor right now to see what the situation might be once play resumes here. I've seen 2 players on the Roar side of things head off into the dressing room since the penalties were delivered. Can't quite be sure if 1 or 2 players went off for the Posse. Their bench door is a lot further away. Didn't see outside of the initial commotion what might have happened there. Officials now delivering an explanation to the captains, and we'll get a face-off at center here. There's nothing posted up on the board when it comes to penalties. So are we just going to be... Did we just go through all of that to be 5-on-5? Looks like we did. So here we go. After all that craziness, we're going to be 5-on-5 here in an 8-8 game with the Posse winning the faceoff. Hoping that long delay didn't disrupt momentum, the Roar. Sure hoping that it did.
Cole McCotter, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Also to number 19, Tyrese Ness, 5 in a game for fighting. The 5-minute major will be served by number 13, Mitchell Easton.
There's a shot just wide by McEwen.
70, Hayden Usenik, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Ejected because that's his 5th of the game. Also to number 79, Declan McLeod, 5 in a game for fighting. The 5-minute major and the 2-minute minor will all be served by number 67, Bryson McCall. Time of all the penalties, 14 minutes, 29 seconds.
So there you go. There is the full list of penalties. And so what it means right now is that bench for Vermilion has nobody on it right now. There's 5 players on the floor. There's 2 players in the penalty box right now. And there is not a single sub to be had on the Vermilion side. Cutting in front here, Lacusta with a shot. Great save by the arm of Murphy. Rebound goes back behind the net. Moved up top here to Belrose. Steps into a shot. Good save by Murphy. Belrose picks up the rebound. Moves it to Lacusta. Tries an underhand shot. Save made. Rebound on a loose ball. Comes out here. And that's to Fiedler. Works it in front. Deschênes fires a shot. Hits the crossbar, says the official. Boy, that was close. Sure looked like it got some mesh in behind, but it hit the crossbar, went straight back down. No goal there on a play in front to Connor Deschênes. It was that close. Now a back pass attempted there by Belrose to Deschênes off a stick. Deflects in on Murphy, who will take a look, fire it down the floor. And so as Callahan got his stick in there on Murphy trying to clear the ball down the floor, possession's going to be called back here and given to Vermilion. Could hear the official's explanation on the floor. He said he didn't slash him there. His stick was in the way while the goaltender was in the crease. So that's why possession was re-awarded there with now 3.5 minutes left to play. Posse more than doubling their opponents in shots, 48-21 so far here this afternoon. Goals are 8-8 is working to the front, a shot and a goal. Give Hayden Proch 5 on the day. And with 3:17 to go, the Vermilion Roar are far from done yet. It's a 9-8 lead for the visitors. Now, after that goal was scored, McCotter came right out of the penalty box and over to the bench. The Vermilion bench pointed at that right away, as though they didn't think that he should be coming out of the box. Now the officials are going to talk some more about that. Explanation being given to the Vermilion bench here. And so the Posse, who scored 6 unanswered to tie the game up at 8, now down once again. This just by a single goal, 9-8 here with just over 3 minutes left to play. McCotter with it now. He's back out on the floor, up top. Pick set by Belrose as a pass to the middle is going to be turned over by the Posse here on a possession call. Starts out to Colton Winnichuk. Winnichuk with a pass up the floor there for Jared Fisher, but it's stolen by the Posse, taken back the other way. Mitchell McEwen stops up, moves it in front to Connor Deschênes. There's a shot just wide off the arm of Murphy. Deschênes to Lacusta now. Works it over to McCotter. Shoots it, sidearm. It's right on the rebound, works its way in front. Snared there by Proch. And he runs into a double team, now curls back and gets away from a check. Knocked towards the bench there.
Afternoon scored by number 63, Hayden Proch. The assist to number 72, Colton Winnichuk. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 43 seconds.
So for Winnichuk, that's his 5th point, 3rd assist on the day. As the Roar just sent it the length of the floor now with 2:05 left to go here in the 3rd period. Vermilion up by 1, 9-8. Cole McCotter now has a group form in front of him, now cuts wide, goes towards the crease, fires a shot in, and it will be waved off immediately. Referee right there in perfect position, saying McCotter was in the crease by the time he let go of that shot. It sure looked like it. And with possession, the Roar will just feather this one from Chase Bowman all the way down the floor. Ferguson out to play it back up. Posse with possession again on offense, but just a minute and a half left here in the 3rd. Looking for a tying goal. Lacusta. Over there. Seth Belrose tries to backhand it into the middle to McCotter. Lacusta giving chase as well, and it's Nate who comes away with it. Lacusta fakes, cuts toward the net. There's a deke and a shot off the arm. Rebound to Lacusta. Shot clock resets. Lacusta up top to Belrose. To McCotter. McCotter takes it down low as we hit the final minute of regulation time. McCotter tries to get it back to Belrose. It was picked off, and this one taken the other way by Winnichuk. Tries to send Bowman ahead with a pass that missed him. Posse going to get it with Fiedler in his own end with just 42 seconds left to go in regulation. And as the Posse gain possession, they will call their timeout here with the clock down to exactly 40.9 seconds left to play. So Parkland to start with possession here. You wonder if they're going to pull goaltender Gavin Ferguson. Get that extra attacker out on the floor. We thought a comeback was for sure. A tie game 8-8 with over 6 minutes left to play. Then after a flurry of penalties didn't give either team an advantage, the Vermilion Roar come back and score the go-ahead goal. Hayden Proch, his 4th goal on the afternoon. What a day for him. Scoring just about half his team's goals today, including the go-ahead one. Here's River Scott. He's pushed off the ball. Loose ball going to be scooped up here, taken back the other way by Fisher. Fisher with 27 seconds left to go. Basically no disparity right now between the shot clock and the game clock. And so Posse going to have to force a turnover here. Trying to play keep away are the Roar. Here's a pass up here, breakaway in for Bowman, tries a shot. Ferguson makes the save with just 8 seconds left to go. Going to be a desperation play for the Posse. Here's Seth Belrose with it with 3 seconds to go. Belrose to the outside, tries a bouncing shot, snagged by Murphy, who makes the save. And with a comeback looking imminent, the Vermilion Roar bend but just don't break. Give up 6 but score the go-ahead goal when it matters with a couple minutes to play. Hayden Proch, the 9-8 goal, and the Roar hang on here to take a 9-8 final out of the hands of the Parkland Posse. Final shots on goal in this one, 52-23. The Posse lead. What a performance there. 44 saves from Matthew Murphy in the Vermilion net. After taking over from Andrew Ryerson after the first period, Gavin Ferguson comes up with 2 big periods in relief. But it's the Roar squeaking by with a 1-goal win today, setting up what should be an excellent rematch between these two teams coming up a week from today on June the 16th in Vermilion. Final score here today is Vermilion 9 and Parkland 8. On behalf of myself, Evan Cook, Thanks so much for tuning in. Next up for these teams, they'll be off until next weekend, but both will play that Saturday-Sunday doubleheader once again. For Vermilion, they are home to Sherwood Park on Saturday, home to these Parkland Posse on Sunday. For Parkland, before visiting Vermilion on the Sunday, they will be into Lakeland on the Saturday. A couple of tough games awaiting these two teams next weekend. Next home action for the Parkland Posse comes up on Friday, June 21st against the St. Albert Crude. It's the Posse's final home game of the regular season, and we'll talk to you then.